Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Gruggs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back, troops, legionnaires, and new recruits. And I'm back in the saddle again out at the Legion Outpost. And today we have the Steambow K1 Tactical Hunter in N690 steel. I'm really excited to test this out, and I want to thank Steambow for the opportunity to test out their blade. Let me know what you're all carrying today. Once again, I am carrying my favorite Sativian ST128 in D2 steel. I love this folder. What are you all carrying? Veterans, active military, as always, just want to say thank you very much for your service. Enjoy the video. Quick specs, let's get it done. Overall length, 9.06 inch. Blade length, 4.33 inch. Blade grind is flat. Blade steel is N690, and the blade finish is an awesome stonewash. It also does come in a black stonewash. HRC is 58 to 60. Blade thickness is 4 millimeters. Weight is 5.57 ounce. Handle length is 4.73 ounce. The handle material is black polymer, and they do have other colors and wood that can be exchanged. It features a full tang lanyard hole, 2 polymer sheaths for left and right carry, a Picatinny mount, and a belt loop. Now, this is the AR series. It's made in Italy, and the kit that comes with this knife includes obviously the K1 knife, 2 sheaths, right and left hand, but the main purpose of those sheaths is to connect it to the Stinger repeating crossbow that they sell. And it does come with a Picatinny mount and a Molly belt loop. Close up, let's check this blade out. Awesome drop point blade. I saw this on Amazon one day and I'm like, wow, what a great looking knife. Made in Italy, N690 steel. I gave it a shot. I contacted these guys, asked if they want to do a collaboration. And then next thing you know, they're sending me the knife. And I'm really, really happy about it, man. What an awesome blade, man. Tactical hunter or tactical knife, you know, has a slight sharpening choil, a guard, composite handles. They did even provide me with 3 different colors to exchange these handles: a bright orange, a tan, and an olive green. So it's just pretty awesome. But I do like the black. The black is my favorite. Some jimping. There is a swedge up here. The spine is not too sharp, so I'm not sure how it's going to do striking a ferro rod or scraping some wood, but we'll test it out. I love the handles. The tang protrudes just a little bit, but consistent throughout the whole knife. It's really nice, man. I am just digging it. It's got this awesome logo here of a scorpion and 2 gladius. It's just an awesome looking blade. I added the lanyard hole. It does have a protruding tang, and it has a lanyard hole. I said this is a lanyard hole. This is a lanyard. I added a lanyard. Okay, pretty excited to get back in the saddle, man. And I'm probably a little nervous, so I apologize for that. Now, let's take a look at this sheath. This is a right-hand carry sheath. Now, they do come with a left-hand carry, all right? And they also come with a whole bunch of hardware, and this has a belt clip for those interested in, putting this on your belt. I've taken this hiking. It's comfortable. It works. The main purpose of their sheaths is to attach it to their Stinger repeating crossbow. Could you imagine repeating crossbow? So go check out Steambow, okay, and their website and check it out. But, nice, tough sheath. The knife fits in real nice. It snaps in there, okay? It ain't coming out anytime soon. No rattle. Pretty cool, man. Just a pretty cool hunting knife, okay? I'm excited, though, to test it out on this piece of wood right here. We're going to test it and see how it works out. It's a decent sized log for processing. Pretty realistic, in my opinion, man. Let's get to it. All right, troops, N690 steel, made in Italy. I don't think we can go wrong, but obviously we always have to test no matter what. But I am pretty excited. Now, is this knife made for this type of work? I don't think so. I think this is more of a hunter, but we got to test it out, and this is the way I do my testing. So just going to cut a small piece right here from here to here, and then we're going to process this piece. Okay, let's go. You know, even though the handle is straight, I've got a pretty decent purchase on it, man. You know what I mean? You definitely need a lanyard if you're going to be doing some kind of, you know, thrusting motion with this knife. It'll help out. It's a very light knife. The handles are skeletonized, the tang, so it's actually very well balanced. You know, very light. A hiker could take this for sure, man. I think you would appreciate how light this knife is. Okay, I got a decent piece of wood. It feels pretty solid. It's been raining here up east on the East Coast for quite a few days, man. Everything is wet, waterlogged, man. It's just crazy. So it's the first day in about 4 or 5 days that we've seen some sun here, you know, and there's going to be a lot of noise. There's a lot of people coming to the park, bringing their animals, their pets and stuff. So bear with the noise. It's also hot and muggy today, so I am, again, going to take my time. Definitely not a chopper. Is that a bad thing? Not necessarily, man. I mean, obviously there's purposes for all kinds of knives. But this is how I test on my channel, okay? Want to make sure that the heat treat is done well, that there's no chips or rolls with the secondary bevel or the blade, and this is one of the ways I know how to do it. And also we'll do a lot of edge retention testing. Definitely a hard piece of wood, man. And because I'm assuming the knife is very light, you know, it's not really digging in as I expected it to. However, it's still doing the job, okay? So if you're out there and you're doing some hunting and you need to clear, I don't know, a couple branches or so, and this is all the tool you got, you know, might work for you. You want to delimit a little area for your stand, your tree stand. You know, you don't need to take anything too heavy with you. Or again, maybe you're just doing some scouting and you don't want to take, you know, an axe or a saw with you. But so far, so good. You got to go check out that Stinger repeating bow, man. It's pretty cool. I have no idea if that Stinger bow is legal in the United States or not, but it's a repeating crossbow. Repeating crossbow. I thought that was pretty cool. Go check them out, man. It's so light. It is unbelievably light in the hand. Now, some subscriber mentioned that the protruding area over here was going to kill my hand. Well, you know what, bud? You're wrong. It feels great. You hear that, man? That is solid, man. Those are solid hits. So, after all this rain, it is so hot and muggy right now. That sun is just steaming up the place, man. Once again, I try to use every part of the blade. So right now I'm using the front part of the blade. The mid part of the blade. And I'll try and use the rear part of the blade also. Just want to cover all bases as usual. I'll tell you, it feels good to be back out again, man. I had to take care of some health issues. I had my son who came from Florida. He visited me for my birthday, so I've been in a bit of a hiatus, but more to heal from a procedure that I had done. And I am just really glad to be back, man. This feels good. And, you know, I went on a hike this morning. Pretty good. Great way to spend my Saturday is back out doing what I love. You know, I'm grateful, I'm thankful. And, you know, I just want to thank everybody that's out there, you know, watching, man. Really appreciate that you're taking your time to check this out, you know. By the way, Amazon has it at a very reasonable price. Okay, so go check this out on Amazon. I'll leave links. I don't remember the price, but I remember very reasonable price, you know? If you're interested, that is. But I just definitely wanted to show this knife and test it out also. Because I love the profile of that knife, man. I love that. Let's just check that edge. Looking good. I love that clip point. I love this aggressive, you know, design in that. And this is, I know it doesn't look ergonomical, but it does fit the hand very nice. So if you're going to be cutting up animals, you know, you have different ways of holding this knife and, you know, butchering your game. Okay. I mean, the handle feels great. Even though that there's, the tang is protruding, the angles of the composite handle, you know, just gives it a good feel. And it's nice so far, you know. It's doing a fine job. It's doing a fine job. So let's continue over here until we're all the way through. Now, unfortunately, they don't mention which Italian maker makes this knife, but usually the Italians, they do make a fine blade. They've got the heat treat down. I mean, they've been weapons makers since ancient times. So, however, we always have to test, and that's what I'm doing for you all. Definitely a solid piece of wood, troops, man. I mean, solid, but then again, to be fair, the blade is light. It is not blade heavy, nor is it handle heavy, man. It is just a lightweight knife, but so far so good. It's coming through. So I know it's early in the game. We're going to still keep on testing this out. I can't believe how solid this piece of wood is, man. Every hit I'm taking, you know, it just feels like it's not doing anything, but believe you me, man, this knife is still sharp, okay? So just want you to see, okay? The knife is sharp. It's just this wood is hard. Good test. in my opinion, I think this knife is reasonably priced compared to all the other N690 knives that are out there from different manufacturers. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that this is reasonably priced compared to some other knife makers out there. You can see the chunks just coming off. It's doing the job, man. It is absolutely doing the job. But a knife like this, you definitely want to take an axe or a saw or both with you, okay? It's just extremely light in the hand. Let's just make sure everything is looking good over here. Yeah, man, that is straight. Good. Very, very light in the hand. I think hikers would definitely enjoy this size of a blade, okay, and how lightweight it is. And I'm sure the composite handles has something to do with it. I'm hoping that this is a better batoner than it is a chopper. But again, I'm just trying to prove to you all that if you need to delimb something to make a spear or you know, a fishing implement or something like that, it's capable. It's doing it. All right. Excellent. So far, so good. Once again, while this is in the camera, let me just grab that wood. Okay, I just started this, if you remember, and let's continue again. Nice. Nice. You can't go wrong, man. Check it out. Real nice, real nice. Let's do some baton. Let me clean up the area. Let's do some horizontal and vertical batoning. K1's got a nice flat grind, high saber or flat grind. Let's test and see how this does with some vertical batoning. By the way, decent size log, pretty adequate and realistic in my opinion. Nice. Okay, going all the way through. And I got to tell you, I do appreciate that tank protruding just a bit, so this way it doesn't do any kind of damage to these composite handles. But you know, if I need to hit it, I will. Let's quarter these. Going right through. Make some kindling, something for a small fire or some form of outdoor stove. Okay, nice. All right, made a nice thin piece here. We'll process it down a little bit further. Excellent, excellent. I'll pick up that piece in a minute. pick that up in a second. Just going to get through this. All right, cool, man. Very, very cool. Let me just pick up those other pieces. All right, got another big piece right here. So the high saber or the flat ground blade is excellent, man. You know, you want to make some nice smaller pieces. Here you go. All right. Made some halves and quarters. I'm going to save that for the end of the video. So we'll just use these pieces to make some feather sticks, etc. Before I make some feather sticks, I want to just do a little, you know, V-notch batoning here. See how this works out. So if you're a primitive hunter, you know, you like to use these kind of traps and it's legal where you are, you could notch out traps. I mean, there is a, that looks straight. There is a content creator, you know, he has a knife and he makes these primitive traps. It's pretty cool. And I'm not bashing, I'm not going hard. I'm just letting the sharp knife do the work, okay? And as you can see, seems to be working out okay. All right, good, good, good. Made that all the way through. Let's see. Just want to make sure that you guys see. That looks straight as an arrow. Taking off bark with no problem. Nice and smooth. Still sharp. And look at the shavings over here. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, now. I know I didn't do a lot of horizontal batoning, so let's just do it with this small piece right here, okay? Okay, utilizing the whole blade. Let me just take off some of this bark so I see what I'm doing here. Right through that knot. Looks good. Looks good. Let me just do it again. See if I can get it in the middle this time. Utilizing the whole blade. Awesome. It does have a protruding tang, so you could, you know, knock it into the stump and then do whatever it is that you need to do, whether it's feather sticks, or if you don't like the idea of batoning, you could use this knife to baton this way for your feather sticks or your kindling. Again, for a small fire, nothing too big. You just get these out of the way. There you go for your non-batoners. That protruding tang works awesome. The knife is doing fantastic. Now let's get to the feather sticks. Okay, individual curls, let's do it. Okay, look how nice and thin I'm making those, man. 4 millimeters, but it does taper down, obviously. But the edge retention is good. All right. And so far, I am really liking this knife. This knife is comfortable. The handle is comfortable. The design is good, man. It's, you know, damn fine blade, man. A damn fine blade for somebody looking for this style of knife, steel, handles, etc. You can make a huge pile of these, right? And I'm trying to use the whole blade. As you can see, I'm going from the rear to the front. It's excellent. It's excellent. Slicey for sure, man. It is doing the job. Look at how nice that is. That's a decent pile. All right, let's try a feather stick. It's been a while. Actually, I came here yesterday, but it was windy and gusty, and without a moment's notice, man, it started to rain on me. It was bad news. I couldn't do anything except make a few shorts. In fact, I was hoping to make quite a few shorts. I only got 2 in. Okay, so it's doing the job. You know, there are a couple of companies out there, including, you know, Steambow, that is producing this awesome blade, right? So there are some people concerned about buying from Asia, their knives, okay? Well, you've got, you know, European knives that you could go check out, and Steambow is a German company. However, they, you know, designed, I think Steambow designed it, but it's made in Italy, man, at a reasonable price, okay? You might have to pay a little bit more than the Asian knives, but still a reasonable price. Fine steel, fine heat treat. You know, it's really a pleasurable knife, man. That's a great demonstration right there, man. Just awesome. Since this knife is so slicey, it should do good with some bushcrafting tasks. So let me just make a quick notch for everybody. Okay, I mean, we're already getting started. So very, very sharp. Again, if you're doing the primitive hunting, this knife is definitely capable of those tasks to make those type of primitive traps. One of these days, I got to get the name of that content creator. He's out in the Ukraine, and he just makes these awesome traps, man. And he shows them as shorts. So he doesn't do long type videos, but he does them as shorts, and he's just amazing. There you go. Something simple, okay? You get the idea. So there is some, you know, capabilities of carving here. All right, and definitely a capable knife. Okay, so just a quick demonstration. Now, what I need to tell everybody is that the spine does not do that good of a job of making, you know, fluff, okay? Definitely needs some effort. You're probably better off using the, you know, the blade and just scraping off what you need. Okay, not even the jimping. It's just rounded off, you know. But again, if you have some talent or you have the courage and you want to take your, you know, your brand new knife and you just want to make a sharper edge, well, it's possible, okay? It's doing it a little bit on this piece of wood because I think I just got lucky with this piece, but if you'll see the bark over here, it's not easily coming off, okay? Even with the jimping, let me see with the jimping. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay, but now as you could see, you know what, let me take off this bark, all right? And I'll see if I could scrape this wood from this flat area over here. It's very little. It's not efficient. I'll put it to you this way. Okay? It seems like it's going to take some work. Let me try the jimping again. I think it did a little bit better. Than the bark, but you know, still again, a pretty capable hunting knife, you know. Some of you may not bushcraft, you know what I mean? So that is something that you need to be aware of this knife. However, again, if you've got some talent, the last time I did something with a knife and I found my courage to modify it, I just took my Work Sharp sharpening field guide and I just rubbed the spine just a few strokes, man, and it did get sharp, and I was able to really get the spine to work the way I wanted to. But as you can see here, it's going to take effort. However, I got to say, if you need just a little bit, you know, just a little bit to get something started, even from, I've got my fat wood here, right? Even if you just need a little bit just to get started. See, on the fat wood, since it's so hard and resonated, I am not getting much for the fluff. But fear not, right? What you do is you just make some little individual curls, right? And there you go. There you have it. Okay? So just be aware. Still a very capable knife, a very slicey knife. I like it. I'm going to take it hiking with me a couple more times. And I'm pretty satisfied with this blade, man. I hope you enjoyed this. All right, troops, the Steambow K1, an excellent light to medium duty knife, in my opinion. Can it handle the heavier stuff? Maybe. I don't know, man. But for the task that I needed it to do right here, man, it did a great job. And the knife is still pretty sharp. I've got some natural rope. I do have to buy more paracord, but if this knife can go through this natural rope, it'll go through the paracord. All right, nice and easy. Let me just make sure that I get this up there. Yeah, I mean, I think just a great knife, you know, and a good alternative to Asian knives out there for those that are concerned about that. Okay, maybe you're not able to afford a more expensive American-made knife. Well, you know, you can pick yourself up a good European knife over here, and you can see it did quite a bit of work. This, by the way, I did with this knife yesterday. It is capable for sure. You could see the feather sticks that I made, kindling. It cut rope, did the tasks, right? Some notches over here. Did a really good job. The only shortfall is the spine needs to be sharpened. You know, maybe Steambow may want to think about that in the future if you want to do a little bit more bushcrafting task, because there are some people out there concerned about that. But again, if you have the courage and the talent to make that spine sharp using a field guide or some form of sharpening system, man, I say go for it, because this knife did a hell of a job. This knife was also perfect for hiking. It's so light. Hunting, guaranteed this will cut up meat without a problem, and animals. Not a bad knife at all, troops. Not a bad knife at all. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, as always, I just want to say thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share this out. Great knife, Steambow. Great knife. once again, thank you very much for the opportunity to test out this knife. I love it. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, I want to bring awareness to everybody. Hashtag 22 a day, hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans and active military. Once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So at the end of this video, pause on the slides, call those phone numbers, surf those websites, go talk to somebody, seek the help you all have earned and deserved. Thanks again, everyone. At the ready, hold the line. Take care.
Legionnaires!